What's up, guys? It is Wednesday, October 14th. The last time I saw you saw me, was at the Big Cat on the 3rd. And I just kind of wanted to do a little update since I haven't made a video in a while. I'm about 2 weeks into my reverse diet, and it's going really well. My current macro split, and I'll put it on the side here. I still do low carb and high carb days with 2 high carb days a week. My low carb days, I'm aiming for 60 grams of fat, 140 grams of carbs, and 140 grams of protein. So that is 30 grams up from what I was cutting on. And then on my high carb days, I am doing 51 grams of fat, 160 grams of carbs, and then 140 grams of protein. And that's another 20 up from what I was at, which was, let's not even worry about it. Let's not even worry about it because it's not important. But yeah, the plan is to slowly, I look really weird. Okay. The plan is to slowly increase my carbs each week by 10 grams and my fat if I think it's necessary. So that's the plan right now. It also looks like I'm going to have a shorter off season than I had planned on, but that's okay, and I'm going to keep the reason to myself because, yeah, for now that's what we're going to do because nothing is set in stone ever. So anyway, yeah, my reverse diet's going really well. I did do 3 days of light macro tracking, and that was last Friday. We went out with some friends, which was really fun. And then the Sunday, this past Sunday when we moved, I didn't really eat anything all day. So I definitely underate that day and I didn't track at all. And then my other day of light tracking was yesterday, where I kind of just had like a free refeed meal. We went out to my work because I had off. We went out with some friends of ours that lived in our apartment complex, and we ate dinner and I had a drink and some fries, and it was just kind of like a light untracked refeed type thing. But the last time I weighed myself in, I was 107 pounds still. So I'll probably weigh in again on Saturday and see where I'm at. Hopefully I'm up maybe like a pound. I don't know. I think 2 weeks gaining like 1 pound is healthy. But yeah, I'm just kind of experimenting, seeing how this goes. And yeah, I guess that's my little update right now on where I'm at. Macro wise, I'm like cutting off my own head. Yeah, that's my little update where I'm at macro wise and stuff. Sorry, I have a flippy screen for the first time, so I'm like trying to figure out where I need to be. Anyway, that's what I wanted to talk about the first half of this video. The second half, and I've mentioned it lightly, and I mean extremely lightly on Instagram, that I don't really believe in the term off season. And I want to talk a little bit about why, because I feel like you see a lot of competitors, their season's over, they're like, oh, it's off season, it's time to make some gains, time to eat more food, and I really don't think that's a good term because it can set yourself up for, I don't even know. Anyway, it can set yourself up for some major damage. And that's kind of why I rebounded 2 years ago as badly as I did. Okay, so as a competitor, I don't believe in the term off season. The reason being is because we are athletes. Whether you compete in bikini, physique, bodybuilding, fitness, figure, I don't care. You are an athlete. And athletes who play sports, like the sports that you see on TV, because bodybuilding is a sport, like soccer or football or basketball, those athletes, they don't have an off season. When they're not in season playing games for their team, their sport, they're usually working to improve themselves and their skill. Sorry, I have like a list here. Things that I want to touch on. Yeah, they're working on bettering themselves, bettering their skills, and I just feel like the term off season suggests that you're not doing any of that. You're not doing anything to better yourself, to better your skill level, to better yourself for your sport. I feel like that term just completely blows it out of the water. And if you think about it this way, consider, a day when you say you're taking the day off of tracking macros. You're just gonna kind of eat whatever you feel like, and you're just not gonna track it. That means that you're not really doing anything to sabotage your goals or your skill level as an athlete, but you're not really doing anything to help yourself either, because you're not being consistent. You're not consistently progressing. You're just taking the day off. It doesn't matter. And I'm not saying that taking a day off is a bad thing. If you're doing it every once in a while, everyone deserves a day off. Everybody deserves, a mental break. But I feel like the term off season just suggests that you're taking like a 5-month break or a 6-month break or however long your off season is. And when you take the day off macros, you're either under eating or you're overeating. There's really no, unless you really know your body and you know what your caloric intake should be and what food adds up to that, then there's no middle ground. I have kind of an iffy relationship with the term improvement season. I think it's a good term if you have to call it something. If you need a name for it, go ahead, call it improvement season, because you are improving. There's nothing wrong with that. I just prefer to consider myself in season at all times, because every day I'm doing something to work towards my goal, which is being better for next season. Things that I want to improve on during this reverse, which is what I'm just calling it, what you've been seeing me call it on Instagram. My off season is my reverse diet. So things that I want to improve on during this specific season are things like my hang clean, my deadlift, my squat, my bench, conventional lifts that I'm okay at. I want to get better at. I want to up my weight. I want to improve my form, stuff like that. As for specific body parts, I want to work on my shoulders, because compared to other bikini competitors, my shoulders are kind of tiny. I mean, they're not awful, but they're kind of small. And my quads and my abs. I do have quads, but they're baby quads. They're little baby deer quads. So yeah, quads and abs. Every girl in bikini has some rockin' abs. Don't get me wrong, I have obliques, but I want some abs. I also don't want to have to get down to an extremely unhealthy level of leanness to be able to see them. I was pretty lean this season, which, I don't think I was at too much of an unhealthy leanness, but I could definitely improve that muscle group so that I don't have to get down to that extreme lean body fat type. I can't word to see them. I don't believe in off season. I believe in improvement season, and I believe in reverse dieting. And I think that we can all do something every day to improve ourselves. So if there's something that you want to improve on, I would love to hear about it. You can leave it in the comments below, and you can also let me know what other kinds of videos you guys want to see, because now that I'm not prepping, I don't really know what to film. So give me some ideas, and I'd love to hear them. Sorry if I'm not looking at the camera. I have a flippy screen for the first time, and it's kind of distracting. Helpful, but distracting. I don't know how you people do it. Okay, if you guys like this video, please like and subscribe, and I will see you next time. Bye!